And I think that's why it's important to have items like sold today, because I haven't been listing as much lately, but I still have a decent amount of sales. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. My name is Kevin and welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. I haven't said that in a long time, so man, I think I haven't anyways, unless I've said it and haven't paid attention. So welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. We're in the Commonwealth cabin and I want to talk about a couple things today and then show you what's sold, and then I'm going to try to answer one, maybe two questions every day. I don't really have the time I used to when I was off. Now I'm back at school and I'm teaching remotely, and so you might think, well, that's a little bit easier, I should have more time. Actually, I probably haven't worked this hard teaching in probably at least 15 years. So I am learning skills in order to be able to teach remotely that I have a hard time learning. You know I look really young, but I'm actually kind of old and I don't do well with technology. I know a lot of you feel like that out there. That's me. It's daunting, and I don't like to try things that are new if the other things used to work. Well, I've had a lot of fun and good times teaching in the classroom, and I hope I've been pretty effective over the years. And so I don't want to do this, to be perfectly honest with you. But since I'm doing it, I'm going to try to figure out how to do it the best I can. And that requires me to learn a lot of things. So I'm at school a little bit early. Sometimes I leave a little bit late, and I still feel like I haven't been getting enough done preparing myself to prepare the kids for what they need to know. So at any rate, you don't want to hear about history. That's not why you turn in, or teaching for that matter. But it does bring up a good point, and that is sometimes some of us have lives where at certain times during the year we have more time or we have less time depending on what we're doing. And I think that's why it's important to have items like sold today, because I haven't been listing as much lately, but I still have a decent amount of sales. They're not high dollar sales, but there's still activity in my store, and I have to come in here to ship these other things anyways. So if I can get 2 or 3 or 4 sales from items that I have multiples of, even if they're small profits, you know, that's an easy, I think I totaled them up here today. That's $11 profit on, I think, 4 sales, which you're like, wow, that's not very good. It's not, but these are things that I listed years ago that I haven't, and this doesn't count the Animat. If I put that in there, that's a really good thing to have in there and sell over and over again. But I think it's important to find those items, even if they're as small as $2 profit, that you only have to list once and that requires almost no work to package it. And there's a few of these, and you've seen them before if you've been watching the show. And that, you know, if you can make an extra $10 a day selling those type of items, and it takes you a grand total of 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, maybe a little bit longer if you're actually, you know, you have to print off the labels and everything. But I use bulk shipping labels most of the time, so it's just a matter of hitting one button extra to do that, or just a matter of tearing one more sheet off, and a matter of throwing something in a bag and sealing it. So, I mean, how long does that take? 10 seconds? So I love having those items, and, you know, $10 a day? That's $300 a month. I mean, that's pretty good for virtually no work. So I share those items with y'all, and I think some of you have picked up on and started doing yourself, but that's okay. I don't really mind. I am curious if you're willing to give me some of those items that you guys are selling, or put them in the comments, that are just constant sellers, very, very low profit items, but you've only had to list them once. I think that also applies to retail arbitrage items. Even though they may be a little harder to pack, certain retail arbitrage items, you can get 50 of them or 60 of them at one time, and even if you're making small profits on them, they're definitely worth it. So I think even if you don't do retail arbitrage, if you do this kind of picking, and I realize there's different models out there, if you do this kind of picking, I think it's probably beneficial for you to also throw in a little bit of retail arbitrage so you can kind of prop up those sales. I like to do it with holiday items. You know, I do it with some Halloween things and some Christmas things each year. I think it just kind of gives a good little even flow to the whole course of the year to have those type of items in there, regardless if I can list 10, 15 items a day, or like lately, like 4. So anyways, let's take a look at what's sold. All right, this is not one of those items. This is an item from the unexpected jackpot sale. I sold a bunch of micro machines off in one lot, and then I decided, I can't remember why I stuck these together and in their own separate lot. I really can't remember, to be honest with you. Oh, I know why. It's because they're not micro machines. They're Hot Wheels, and they're the mini Hot Wheels, and I'm not quite sure what they're called, to be honest with you. I didn't have the listing up. All right, I'm looking over here, and it says Micro Hot Wheels, 1987. So that's why I pulled them apart and sold them separately. $30 for these, and we'll add that to our total for the unexpected jackpot. All right, we're getting very close to $1,000 after fees, after shipping on this one. Of course, we have to subtract our 129, and we're going to get over that. I almost guarantee it tonight because I have an auction ending. By the time you see this, the auction will have ended. And it's already over that amount. So that'll be a good little one to add to this. But I put $20 on this one. I think it's going to be a little bit more than this. I didn't calculate it out. I have the shipping costs at $5, but those are really light. I think the shipping costs will be more like $3.50. So this could be $21, $22. So $988 so far on the unexpected jackpot. And I call it that because it truly was unexpected. It was a Friday sale. And I was only going to one Friday sale. There was only one, to be honest with you. Well, there's a couple in Lynchburg, but I wasn't going that direction. I went towards Smith Mountain Lake. And it didn't have the best listings in the world. It didn't have the best descriptions on it at all. But I did see one picture that tipped me off to something I might want, and they were Department 56 items. Ended up not buying them, but just had tons of other great stuff, including those micro machines. All right, so here's one of those items that just sells. It just sells often. I sold two to a viewer, but these aren't to viewers. These sold for $8.95 for a set of two. I'm into them for a penny. So, you're making like $5 on those. And then this one sold for $6.71 for a single. So that right there is like $8 profit on two things. And it literally takes no time at all. I throw this into a padded poly bag. One of these ones right here. Just throw it in there and fold it down, and there you go. I do that over here with this one as well. And then, it's already set up to print them off. All I have to do is check the box off. It comes off, and I slap the sticker on. So, 30 seconds worth of work, and you end up making $8 on it. That's pretty good. All right, sold these placemats and two of the Twisted Radio Wave CDs that we just talked about, and an Animan to a viewer. This is one I just said here because Reagan, early on when people were asking us to autograph things, nobody asked her to autograph anything, so she did. She put, "Love you, Dad," Reagan. And I figured, you know what? We're probably not selling this one. We're probably going to keep it. So I put it over here. So I normally show these off inside, so we'll just put that one back there. So those things all sold to a viewer, and they left a message. Let me read it to you real quick. All right, looks like sold to Captain Kirk here. "Hi, Kevin. I'm a viewer of your YouTube channel and frequent commenter, and the handle is Clanderson42. Enjoy your videos and tips. Kudos to Reagan on all her hard work for the Commonwealth Picker store." By the way, she just told me, I went upstairs to grab my other phone. I have 3 phones for different purposes. People think I'm nuts at school. I'm like, hey, that's how I operate. I don't do good on a computer, so I'm going to have to use my phones. At any rate, when I was up there, she said, hey, you got to get that video done and get that shipping done because she has 6 things she has to ship out for the Commonwealth Picker store. And she says she's too busy to do it tomorrow, so she's got to do it tonight. He says, I also follow you on Instagram. I appreciate that. It's Commonwealth Picker on Instagram. I have 2,500 followers on Instagram, which is really awesome. I post different stuff over there, not just reselling stuff. I post chicken stuff, and I usually do a picture once a week of me sitting under the tree and different stuff like that. I have been eyeing the Dr. Demento CDs, Twisted Radio Waves, and the Animan for some time now. The Animan's going to help me get motivated to list more. Could you and Blue Ridge Mama sign him for me? So we certainly can. I'll try to get her down here to do that. Oh, I just realized I didn't talk about these. So I picked these up at a sale. I can't remember what I paid. I kind of bundled a bunch of Redskin stuff together. To be honest with you, I don't think Redskin stuff sells that well. I think it has to be the right Redskin stuff, the vintage type. I mean, this is just look at the graphics on here. It's kind of vintagey looking for sure. There's 4 of them. And that Logo 7 jacket that I sold, that would have sold regardless of what's going on with their name. But I think if you find the right Redskin item, it's probably a good pickup. I want to know what you're doing out there. Are you picking up any of the Redskin stuff? If you see it, Are you leaving it be and just letting somebody else grab it? I think I had those listed for around $11 plus shipping. All right, when you watch me garage sale, you hear me lament picking up shoes all the time, and I lamented picking these up. I mean, they're new and in the box, and I still didn't want to pick them up. I just don't enjoy listing shoes. I don't know why, I never have. Plus, we don't find a lot of great shoes around here. And these are youth shoes on top of it. And I saw the sticker on it, $25.97. I'm like, eh. But I asked anyways. I'm like, how much? They're like $2. I'm like, sold. We'll do it. I'm like, worst case scenario, I'll take it over to Play It Again Sports and I'll get like $7, $8 for them. So I ended up listing them on eBay, $15 plus shipping on these guys. All right, have one item in the back here, and then we're going to go into the eBay. Actually, then we're going to have Turner come on out here, and he's going to do his sales now because he needs to clear out too because Reagan's got to do some work. Then I'm going to go into the eBay cave and tell you what's sold in there. And then hopefully maybe somewhere in that mix I'll answer a question. Let's take a look at this last item. All right, it is in the Mississippi bin. That's where I put the Revereware and odds and ends, cooking stuff most of the time. See if I can grab it out of here. You know, I've been selling Revereware for a long time, and it makes decent money. Oh, there's Bubba. How you doing?
$4.25.
For what?
Yard sale?
Yeah, sure. Go put them in that jar in there. All right. This is, I've never sold this particular one. I've never actually seen it, to be honest with you. I mean, I've seen these before, and I've seen these with these handles, but I've also seen them with the regular lids, the 3-circle lids. So I don't know maybe if they were supposed to have this lid, but whatever. I saw it, and I'm like, that looks like Revereware, you know, looking from the side. But, of course, it didn't have the lid. I'm like, that thing's got to be Revereware, and, of course, it is Revereware. And it sold for $20 plus shipping. So nice little sale right there. Hey, I have a question. Actually, it just came in from garage sales, which might explain this stuff. And this is why I decided to answer the question, because the question I just read, sometimes I come in on a Saturday and I just start answering a few questions because I don't have time to keep up. But I do have a little bit of time when I get home on Saturdays to answer a few questions. So the question is, what camera do you use when you're filming? So I use a GoPro Hero 7 Black in here to do these videos in here. I use my phone to do, or a phone, I have 3 phones, to do my Q&A videos and to do the videos in the eBay cave. And then I use the GoPro Hero 8 Black he asked about a mount too, with this backpack strap mount when I'm out garage sailing. So, and of course there's a link to this one. There's not a link to my phone. There might be a link to the 7, but I'm not sure, in the description. Larry has a question. I have a question. Larry Sadler. Am I supposed to say last names? There you go. Larry Sadler. I have a question that might make a good video for you. Everyone has items that don't sell. What do you do with yours? Do you donate them, have a yard sale of your own, or take them to an auction? I have both had yard sales and taken things to an auction. Just wondering how you and others handle this. By the way, I went yard selling today and had a really good day. Tons of good stuff got listed. Thanks again for all the information you shared. So, Larry, thanks for watching. Thanks for the question. I don't have that many items that don't sell, so occasionally I do some bad buys, from time to time. We all do. Matter of fact, I did today one time. At the end of the day, I'm like, maybe I probably should have avoided this. I have the luxury of having an antique booth, and it's not really an antique booth. It's a vintage booth, and, it's not a thrift store. It's definitely older stuff and more, I guess, quality stuff. But they sell DVDs and CDs and all that stuff. So I have the luxury of being able to unload some stuff in there that wouldn't sell in here, but generally I redonate it, and there's very, very few items that don't sell. If you're listing things that have a track record of selling, they should sell, and if they don't, you're doing something wrong. So, having said that, I still have items that just don't ever sell. And you're like, what am I going to do? I might as well list it. Maybe somebody will buy it. So, anyway, thanks for the question, Larry. All right, y'all, we have a special guest. We got Spider-Man with us today, and he is going to tell us what's sold out of Turner & Reagan's Homeschool Hustler store. Spider-Man, what is that thing?
A pirate troll.
It's a pirate troll. That's right. And I should have bought them all, I think was the name of the garage sale that we went to and grabbed those. And I should have bought them all. Most of them have sold. These guys haven't sold up here yet.
No.
There's a couple more back there that haven't sold, but most of them have sold. Not for big money. That one sold for $12.95 free shipping, and it's going to ship out just under 12 ounces. So the heads weigh a little bit on those things. So, and we just put those in a poly bag. That's all. Nothing special there. Hey, what else sold right here? Show us what else. Can you grab what else sold out of your store? That's right. Little Blaze in the Monster Machine. What's that one?
Bighorn sheep.
Bighorn sheep. You used to play with Blaze in the Monster Machine, didn't you?
Oh, they died and then I'm gonna sell them.
All right. Do you think Turner played with those too, or just Spider-Man?
Only Turner.
Oh. All right. That, believe it or not, y'all, can you hold that up to the camera, buddy? Not no.
So
That sold for $21.81 plus shipping. $21.81 plus shipping used. Those things, if I remember, were $3.99 brand new. I could be wrong, but I think that's right. So anyway, that's pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah.
Good sales today. You gonna help me pack today?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, buddy. Thanks.
Bye.
All right, sold a Harley shirt. This is a woman's 2XL Harley shirt, and it's new. This is a new one, but it says Harley Davidson of Lynchburg. So I hear people all the time say, if you see Harley stuff, pick it up. And I suppose that's a pretty good rule of thumb, but it's not a hard and fast rule. I pass up a lot of Harley stuff. If it's modern Harley stuff that's not in great shape, and around here it would be Lynchburg most of the time, depends, maybe if I'm in Roanoke, and sometimes you find some from other places as well, I'll pass it up. It's got to be in good shape. I mean, this was a brand new shirt. And it took forever to sell, months and months and months, and I had a good price on it. I think we sold it for $17.95 free shipping. So I pass up on a lot of Harley stuff if it's local, just for my particular area. I mean, think about it. This isn't a big place. And you have to find a woman, size 2XL, who likes Harley stuff and buys stuff on eBay, and likes this particular one. That's a pretty tough sell if it's not a new item. It's a tough sell either way. Now, if we're talking about vintage Harley stuff, grab it. I mean, if you find a Harley shirt, it's got the 3D, down here, and you can't see it on this one. Plus, this is black, so you couldn't see it anyways. But this one will give you the date 2010, I think it says. Yeah, 2010. And it says HD. If you find the 3D logos, the old ones, the ones with single stitching instead of 2 lines of stitch, pick them up. There's where your rule comes in handy. Pick them up. When in doubt, pick them up. All right, my wife sold 3 Under Armour size medium shirts. I guess she doesn't think I'm ever going to get back to a medium. I border between medium and large, so when we started the lockdown, I was a medium. When we ended the lockdown, I was a large, trying to get back down there. Anyway, these 3 sold. We're into them maybe, I don't know, $250 a piece, something like that. These 3 sold for, I think this is the right one. This might not be the right one. I might need to look this up, make sure I get it right before I ship it out. $23 plus shipping, so not a huge profit. But I tell you what, the Under Armour are pretty good. If you can find them without the picking in them, and you get them cheap enough. I wouldn't spend $4 at a thrift store unless it's a nice jacket or something. But I think I'd pick them up for $1 or $2. All right, here's the other item I was talking about that's in my store. I make $1.96, and actually, I make $1.86 every time I sell one of these pinballs, and it's just one of those things. I have tons of them that I bought quite a while ago, and I just keep selling them and selling them and selling them, and I only sell one maybe, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 a month, maybe 4. But along with the mousetrap balls and along with those CDs and the Enderman and a few other things that I have, that I sell over and over again, we end up making a decent amount of money on them with virtually no work. All right, 2 going out to Ty and Allison, and 1 going out to Lucas. He says, hey, I've been watching your channel for a while now. Thank you for all you do. Me and my wife started reselling stuff mostly on Poshmark, but I also do a little on eBay to help support our 2 beautiful children's daycare costs. I'll get the names right here. Eliana and Luca. Did I get that right? I think I got that right. Hopefully this guy helps us get stuff moving in our Poshmark business. Thank you for all you provide. So thank you, and thank you to your wife as well. And a little shout out to your 2 little ones there. Thanks. Hey, one going out to Linda. She says, your YouTube channel has motivated me to start selling on eBay again, and this little guy will be a perfect addition to my new background. I greatly appreciate you and your family. Hope you have a great school year. So thank you very much, Linda, and good luck. One going out to Susan. Hey, CWP. I finally sold enough items on eBay to get an Enaman. It's been a rough 6 months, having lost my job due to the current world situation. But with your video guidance, I have learned tons about how to do this eBay thing, and now I am finally making some profit. Thank you so much, and best to you and yours. Susan, that's awesome to hear. Not the first part, the second part. Something just sold. And check this thing out here. What just sold? Something sold. New Balance Mule slip-on walking sneakers. I guess you'll see that next episode. See, shoes. I shouldn't hate on shoes, but I do hate on shoes. Thank you very much. We appreciate it, Susan. Hey, last one going out to Michael. He says, Kevin, love your channel. This is for my wife who is jumping into eBay, hoping this will get things moving. If she could get a signed one, that would be great. Keep up the great content. She can. I've been doing good. I haven't missed any lately, at least not that I know of. So thank you so much, Michael, and thank you to your wife as well. And good luck to you. Keep us updated. All right, as always, I'm going to say goodbye from in here, and thank you all for joining us. We do appreciate it. We hope things are going good for you. We hope your sales are staying consistent. Mine have dropped off a little bit, but like I said, I've been a little busy, and hopefully, once I get used to this new thing, teaching online without actually seeing my students, although sometimes I will see my students, of course, with the Zoom meeting. So we'll see how it all works out. I'll keep you posted on it. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Reagan really likes that saw. Yes. It's pretty cool, isn't it?
I love it.
That was from Tea-Stained Madness. Love it. All right, hey, give us an update on these shirts, right? The blue shirts and the gray shirts. Give us an update from the store.
We are out of 3XL on both of them, blue and gray. And then...
So no 3XLs for either one.
And then we're out for XL with blue. And we have 1XL gray left.
So no XL blues and 1XL gray left. Mm-hmm. And so we still got a couple 2XLs and a bunch of larges and some mediums and a few smalls too.
Yep.
I think that's right. So we're going to have to do a reorder, I guess, huh? Of at least some 3XLs and some XLs. And we'll get that up. So if you have sent me a message about those, I will do my best to get them in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks maybe. Hopefully.
Yep.
We'll see. All right, give us who bought stuff. Just quick names.
Joanne.
Joanne, thank you.
Jackie.
Is it Joan or Joanne? It's Joan.
Joan, oh.
All right.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Joan.
Jackie.
Yes, Jackie. And then it's Caleb or Caleb.
Okay.
We don't know. And then Winter.
Winter, thank you, Winter. Winter's
Kevin.
a great support. Kevin.
And
That's a
Jason.
great name, too. And Jason. That's 2 Kevins bought stuff. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Reagan, did anybody buy a sticker?
Don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
I love you, baby. Bye.